All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this. So it seems like this video right here by Nick FUENTES was circulating around Twitter. I seen a lot of y'all was telling me to check it out, react to it. And they saying that he's kind of keeping it real, you know, on Black America. Pretty much explain the reason why, you know, some white people don't like to live around black people and stuff like that. And I'm gonna let you know right now. This video right here, I'm gonna be brutally honest, just like I am in all of my other videos. I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what's on my mind. And like I said, it is what it is. But I definitely want to check this out. Now I've seen Nick FUENTES. I know he did an interview with Candace Owens, I think about a couple weeks ago. And like I said, so I don't really know like a whole lot about him, but I have seen like some of his videos. Like every now and then I see a few of his videos. And like I said, I definitely want to check this out to see exactly, you know, like what all he said. If he's right, I'm going to be right here on this camera and tell you exactly that he's right. So like I said, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. And shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. I appreciate all of you that do that because it definitely helps get the video out there. And the ones that let me know in the comment section, say, hey, Adogg, I stayed to the very end. I appreciate all of you that do that because it definitely helps get the video out there. And the ones that come straight in and hit that like button. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, please stop what you're doing. Hit that like button for me. It really, really helps out a lot. And like I said, it helps push the video out as well. So like I said, a lot of y'all wanted me to check this out. And let's go ahead and dive straight into this and let's see exactly what Nick FUENTES said. So, as y'all can see this one right here on the screen, it says social media influencer Nick FUENTES demands brutal honesty with regards to much of the commonly accepted AA behavior. He describes to his black audience the impression the world has of them and why it's difficult for anyone to disagree with his take. All right, so let's check out what Nick FUENTES said. Let's go.
It's a shame. I really do believe, look, I think black people are not irredeemable, but there just needs to be brutal honesty. It's like, look, these black people are really struggling and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel. And, you know, look, nobody hates black people for being black. If there are people like that, I think that's exceedingly rare.
Okay.
And I don't consider myself one of them. The reason that people have negative attitudes about black people is because most people's interactions with black people are negative. Most people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder. And you say, what the you're not...
I ain't gonna lie, that one right there got me right there. It says speeding down the shoulder. Bro, I done seen so many videos of videos like that is all on YouTube. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, there's a lot of videos that's like that. They just be speeding down the sidewalk. I done really seen this in real life. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, what he just said right there, that's definitely true. I done seen that myself. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Are they actually doing this? So like I said, sometimes, you know, you get to the point where the truth hurts. So, and I'm one of those people, like, I don't like to like sugarcoat anything. I like to be brutally honest. So the way I feel about certain things, I like to just come out and say it and you just take it whichever way you take it. But, you know, when you just being honest, I like when people be honest. I like that you ain't sugarcoating, you ain't holding back, you ain't beating around the bush. I don't like all that. Just be straightforward with me because I'm going to be straightforward with you. So like that right there, he's definitely not lying about that. So let's go.
Are negative. Most people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder. And you say, what the you're not supposed to do that. If everybody did that, it would just be another lane and, you know, not everybody can do that. But it's like these people have no respect for decorum. They think the rules don't apply to them. They have no respect for society. Like that's their interaction is they are a waiter and they wait on a black table and the black people don't tip. Rude.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I have I've been around like a lot of people that did that. Like a lot of black people that I've been around, like they have done that. Like me personally, I always do. This is the way I do. Like when I go to a restaurant or something like that, if we go to like a restaurant, I would tip the person who, no matter who, as long as you coming to my table, you checking in on me like, hey, do you need any more to drink, or do y'all need anything else? And you coming back and forth checking on the table, I always leave a good tip. I do it all the time, but I have been around people that do not want to tip at all. Like, I mean, the waiter can be just as nice, done did everything for you, checking on you, even though, yeah, that's their job. But at the same time, it's really good to tip people. It's really good to do that, especially if they was nice. They kept checking on you, making sure your food is all right, making sure, hey, do y'all need a refill of your drink? It's very good to tip people. Like any restaurant that I go, like till this day that I go and I get that great service and stuff like that, I'm always tipping. I never leave out of there tipping. Only way I won't tip you, like I said, if you're not coming over there checking, you run the food out, but I haven't seen you no more. It's like you just done disappeared. Now, like I said, the ones that coming back and forth and stuff like that, I definitely tip well. I definitely do that. But like I said, I have been around like people that haven't done that. They would just refuse to tip. Not saying they have to, but I think it's just a good thing to do. Just tip.
That's most people's interactions. It's stuff like that. They go to the DMV and they see a black person behind the counter and they say, oh, here we go. And the person's rude.
Yeah.
Now, it just goes to show people are not. It goes to show people don't like people that are rude. That people don't. It's unpleasant. People want to be treated with consideration and respect. And it is true that black people are, in this day and age, unfortunately, seem to have very low moral character. It's not even just the violence, although the violence is pretty striking. If you live your life and you know that you're going to be mugged by black people, it kind of colors your opinion or perception of black people, wouldn't you say? If 99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people, when you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for? Black people. And you equate that with danger. And it doesn't take a lot of them to spoil the whole bunch like that. And we just want black people to take accountability and say, look, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. It just seems that every time I encounter you people, for the most part, it's negative. And sometimes extremely negative, like I could get a gun in my face. That's a problem. And people go, well, you are just loaded up with hatred and racism. It's like, I'm really not. I'm a really friendly person. I'm a really polite, friendly person. I give everybody a chance. But if I'm someplace and I see some black person walking in with their pants sagging and they can't articulate what they're...
Yeah, that's another thing that I don't like. I mean, I cannot stand the sagging, man. I just can't. I don't like it at all. It's unprofessional. It's like I don't get why a lot of... Even like when I see like my cousins, like if I see my cousin, them sagging or somebody like a close relative of mine, I'm like, man, pull your pants up. I cannot stand it at all. I cannot stand that sagging. Now, the thing is, I guess the reason some black people will look at Nick Fuentes and say, hey, he's racist, he's this, he's that. The thing that I'm seeing in this clip right here, he just being honest. He's not sugarcoating anything. He's just telling you, hey, this is just my experience around some black people. Of course, he's not talking about all black people, but I'm pretty sure he done, been around like some rude ones, the sagging, because we done been like that. You can walk in certain places and the person behind the counter have a terrible attitude. I'd have been through that plenty of times. Plenty of times I done been through that. Now, like I say, everybody else might be different, but I'm just telling you what I done seen and what I done went through in my life growing up and stuff like that, like in the hood and all of that. So I can only tell you what I've been through. I can't speak for everybody else, but I can speak for myself and what I done seen my family members go through because I done been around them. That I'm just going to be honest, like the stuff that Nick Fuentes is saying right now, he's not lying. He's not lying at all. I mean, I understand like the way some people take it, like, oh, he's very aggressive with it. I guess it's the way he's saying it, but if you really just listen to him, he's not lying at all. I mean the black people I'd be around, even myself, that say, I don't want to stay in a black neighborhood. I want to stay where the white people at. We say that all the time. Because I know it's going to be safe. I know I'm not going to have any problems. I'd have been in the hood like growing up that you couldn't even take a TV box outside. After you done bought a TV and you done put the box outside, guess what? It's somebody out there that's ignorant that want to come in your house and get that TV. It was that bad that, like I said, you couldn't take a TV box when you bought a new TV. You couldn't even put the box outside beside the garbage can. You had to keep that box in the house until you see the garbage truck out there. Then you have to run out there and give it to them. And like I said, it might be some other black people that might say, hey, I don't agree with that. But I'm just telling you what I've been through and what I've seen my folks go through. That's the only thing I can speak on.
Problem is or what they need, and they're really polite, friendly person. I give everybody a chance. But if I'm someplace and I see some black person walking in with their pants sagging and they can't articulate what their problem is or what they need, and they're rude and they're aggressive, and I'm in fear for my life, like, yeah, I have a problem with all of that. And people go, and these black people go, well, you. It's like, no, I just hate inconsiderate behavior. If black people were super well behaved, we would be in the other direction. We'd say, black people, oh yes, dude, yes. My day is about to turn around for the better. What can I help you with, sir? Please come right on in. Man, what a relief to see you here. You're a sight for sore eyes. If black people were known for being the best, then we would be in the other direction. Oh, finally. So yeah, that really bothers me. It just bothers me in this ass city, because that's all it is in Chicago, is just these black people who can never take accountability. It's always somebody else's fault.
Whoa, now that last part right there, he's definitely not lying. It always somebody else's fault. They commit a murder, anything. I didn't do it. It was his fault. We see that a lot. We definitely see that a lot. So, I mean, man, I just have to be honest. I can't just get up here, because if I feel like Nick Fuentes just said something wrong, like I said, I don't know who he support, where the case. I don't know. I'm just going straight off just this video right here. A lot of y'all, sent it to me. Hey, Adogg, can you please check it out? And I'm just going to be brutally honest. I'm not going to sit up here, look in this camera and lie. He's not lying at all. Because like I said, I can speak on myself and what my family and stuff like that been around and what I done seen. He's definitely not lying. And this is another one that y'all sent me that y'all want me to check out. This one is like a minute where he was saying he don't want to live around black people. And let's see what the reason why Nick Fuentes said he don't want to live around black people. Let's go.
And I will tell you this as plainly as possible. I don't want to live around black people. I just don't. It would be irresponsible if I had a wife and kids to live near black people. It just would be. And that's not to say that every black person is violent. It's not to say that every black person is the same way.
See, now, if you look at what he said, he said he don't want to live around black people. And like I said, I just said this a few minutes ago. I don't want to. I'm just being honest. I done said this plenty of times, because like I said, I know what it's like. I know what it's like. And it's not a good experience at all. I really don't want to go into details, but it's just not a good experience at all. Anytime, you able to buy a house and stuff like that, the first thing, especially in our circle, that we hear, like, man, I want to stay where the white people at. I want to go to the white people neighborhood. That's where I want to be at. Because like I said before earlier, I know I'm going to be safe. I'm not going to have any problems. They nice. I ain't got to worry about it. I can take stuff outside. After I done bought something, I can take it outside, take the box outside or the bag outside, whatever the case may be, sit it by the garbage can. I ain't got to worry about nobody breaking in my house. I've said this plenty of times. I 100, percent agree with him. So, I mean, it is what it is. I told you, I'm not going to sit here and lie about anything. I'm just not going to do it. Like I said, I'm honest, like I am in all my other videos. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to be brutally honest. And, of course, we're in a day and age where everybody just ain't going to agree with you. It's just part of it. You will never, no matter what side you're on, people are just not going to agree with you. You're going to have some people agree with you. You're going to have some people that be like, I don't agree with that. Because the ones that say the other black people that might say they don't agree with it, because they be like, well, I didn't go through that, coming up. But that's what I'm saying. Everybody's path is different. So I can only speak on what I've been through and what I've seen my family member been through, because I've been around them growing up. That's why I'm looking at the camera and say he's not lying about the stuff that he's saying. He's not lying at all. Like I said, you can get anybody in my family that's making it out or say they finna buy a house. The first thing they say is, I want to stay in the white people neighborhood. That's exactly where I want to go. That's just what it is. That's why if you see a lot of these NBA players, NFL players, they got these big houses, these big mansions. Where you think they stay at? I can guarantee you now they don't stay around any black people. I'm talking about like these black NBA players, these black NFL players. They stay in the white people neighborhood. That's exactly where they at. And it's for a reason.
It's violent. It's not to say that every black person is the same way.
Exactly. Because like I said, it is some good black, like I said, you got some good black people that maybe you could move in. You might have a person that say, well, maybe you could move in a neighborhood where black people are right. Yeah. But that's very less likely. Very less likely. You got to know exactly what neighborhood to be in, and that's very, very hard. That's very, very hard. But like he said, not every black person, because that's where I guess a lot of people getting wrong. They think that they think that he's a racist. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Nick Fuentes. I've just seen a few of his clips. So if y'all can bring me up to speed in the comment section, let me know more about him, because I don't know a whole lot about him. I seen this clip right here going viral, and I seen a lot of y'all telling me to check it out. So like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Nick Fuentes, his background. I don't know anything about that. I just seen a few of his clips, every now and then that be on Twitter, but like I said, I don't know a whole lot about him. But like I said, not every black person is violent, because you got some good black people out there, like me. Very respectful. Very, very respectful.
But we watch the news. We read the papers. When you drive downtown in Chicago, you know who you got to look out for and worry about when you're thinking about whether you're going to get carjacked, when you're worried about catching a stray bullet, when you're worried about who's going to pull up on the side of the road and literally shove a rifle in your face and steal your iPhone, or point blank.
See, that another thing when he's saying about Chicago, my auntie stay in Chicago, and I told her I do not want to come down there. And the stuff that Nick Fuentes is saying is the exact thing that I told her. Not word for word, but it's verbatim. I said, no, man, because like when you go to Chicago, it's certain colors. They say that you can't wear down there. People getting robbed all the time. People mistake you for somebody else. Chicago is one of the places that I do not want to go. Not downing anybody. If anybody watching this video and you stay in Chicago, I'm not talking about you. I'm not downing you. I'm just talking about some of the crazy people that's in Chicago who just pretty much try to ruin it for the good ones, pretty much. So Chicago was one of them ones I like, oh, no, I can't go down there. Because every time I turn around, it's something going on in Chicago. Every single time. I'm like, my God, you can't wear certain colors. They mistake you for somebody. They carjacking you at the red light. It's just so much stuff that I see that goes on in Chicago, and I hear a lot of it because, like I said, I have an auntie that stay up there. She tells me all about it. And plus, I've been seeing stuff on the news. I see stuff on Twitter up there in Chicago. It's just very, very bad.
Execution style in Lincoln Park. We know who's doing it. I don't want to live near them. I don't want to be near them. They make me nervous. That's a survival instinct.
So, there y'all go right there. So, I pretty much gave y'all my take on it. Like I said, a lot of people not going to agree with it. Like I said, I don't know who support Nick Fuentes or who do support. Like I said, I don't know a lot about this guy. I'm just basically going off this clip right here. I'm going to say it again. I don't know anything about him. I don't know who he support. I don't know any of that. Y'all asked me to react to it, give y'all my thoughts on just this topic right here alone. And I just gave you my topic, what I've been through in life, and I can only speak on that and what I seen my family go through. That's the only thing I can speak on. I can't speak for every other black person because their experience might be different from mine. They might grow up in a good neighborhood, then go through, seeing like a lot of black people sagging a lot, breaking in cars, breaking in stores. I've seen it all. in the hood growing up. I done seen him. I'm up here watching people like, dang, he breaking up in this store. Dang, he breaking up in this car. And I seen it. That's how I'm saying that I know Nick Fuentes is not lying. So like I said, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. Thank you all for watching, especially the ones that made it to the end. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.